But just to show you, 10% of the music has music on screen. The other 90% you have to have the sheet music for. And let me just show you what that looks like very quickly here. Your solo repertoire, let's see, come down here. You would look on this interface. Everything works the same, except you have to have your music stand over here with the sheet music. It's all here. Here's where you have the solo lines on or off, the accompaniment. Here's the play up here. Here's where you change the tempo. This one, I'm not sure if you can see that. Let's see if I can bring it up a little bit. Notice that the intelligent accompaniment on this one is defaulted to 5, listening half to me, half to the program. So when you do it, let's bring it back here. I hit play. It's waiting for me because we start at the same time. And it's in the interactive mode. It's waiting for a D. And I'm just going to move it a little bit. This is what a 5 is. Half listening to me, half listening to the program. Following a little bit there, but it's not like the 10. Here, let's get back full. There we go, full screen. Much more active. So this is, but all the same features are there. The record, the tempo, everything is there for solo repertoire. I know we have very limited time. What I would like to just quickly show you, we have exercises in here as well. In fact, we have your Florida state scale forms. If you come down here to state scales, and we've been told that you like, here, come down here to Florida, right there. That this is the form that you have for your 2-octave scale. Let's see here. Let me put it in the key of C, which is the typical way. There. So there's the 2-octave scale, 3-octave scale, the 2-octave chromatic, 3-octave. Let me just show you what you can do. So if you open up the 2-octave scale, open it so it fills the entire page. 4 things you can do with it. Number 1, what key do you want it in? Okay, you want it in key of F. Number 2, do I want it in an articulation other than the default articulation? If you want to change it to slur to tongue 2, you can do it, or you can leave it at the default setting. 3, we have different accompaniments for it. The piano accompaniment is always very conservative, probably not the most interesting for the kids. They might prefer something a little bit more like this. Maybe it might be slightly more fun. Or maybe they're a little bit more in this kind of mood. And any tempo. And my favorite all time, if we come down here, is if I open up the 3-octave chromatic. This is absolutely my favorite. Let's see if you got it in the 2-octave. Thought I had it there. Oh, here. Well, this is one of them anyway. A little new way to learn it, right? So it makes it more interesting, right? More interesting. And finally, I know we're virtually at the end here. Just to complete the story, I would love to show you more of the jazz improvisation and solo repertoire, but let me show you what you can do with finale. In fact, here's the very piece. Here's the piece that we have here. March of the Corn, and if you had the finale file and you wanted to create a smart music accompaniment of it, it goes this fast. You could assume this could be your marching band show for this fall. You have your writer do it in finale and it goes this fast. Okay, I want to make a smart music accompaniment of it. I go in here to export to smart music. I get a little bit of information. So I want it to be an accessible file. It's not a solo file. Ensemble means you don't see the music on the screen. I want it to be accessible, absolutely. Next thing is I want to have all the instruments in the score. Check all right here. And next screen, I want all the instruments. Oh, right, there's one down here. I think the percussion part needs to be selected. Here we go. This is actually a snare drum. So I got to pick it. Percussion sometimes get a little bit confused. So we come down here to snare drum. There we go. Next one, it means that when one instrument is picked as a solo part, every other instrument is the accompaniment. They're all checked. Thank you very much. There's the title of the piece, and it's just saying that sometimes in repeated notes it doesn't assess as well when it's da-da-da-da-da-da. It does better when it has notes that are not repeated, but it still does a pretty good job. So we simply save it. There's the name of it. That's St. Mark's Horn. So now, here it is right here. It is now Smart Music Performance File. I double click on that. And now we have the entire score. And there's a piccolo part, and you can access any part you want. I want to see what the trumpets are doing. And we can come down here, or I want to see what the horn or the trombone, what parts they have, or whatever. They're all right here. It's just that quick. And away you go. You want to hear it? It's a synthesized sound here. Finale synthesis. These are accessible. And if you click on the assignment down at the bottom, you can go and assign these to your students in the gradebook. Click on that, go set a certain number of measures you want to do it, click on post, it goes up in the gradebook in your personal library, and you can assign that to your students. So just wanted to kind of cover as much of that as possible. And finally is the overview. You might be asking, if I want to get that, what in the world, how do you get it? And when you go to smartmusic.com, there's an educator subscription. Educator subscription is $130 a year, and that gives you the gradebook. As you can see over here on the left, or on the right rather, for educators it's $130 a year, and for students, or if you want it in practice rooms at school, or for your home, $30 a year. So once you have the $130 subscription, everything after that is $30. You can easily get that on the website. It takes about 2 minutes to do that. So are there any questions? I know we kind of bumped up near the end here. Yes?
When you subscribe for $130 a year, it seems like you can access the stuff from at home if you're doing assessments. Is that right?
Yeah, the whole thing. Both the student or the educator subscription, the student subscription has all the content. They all have the same content. The educator subscription gives you the right to set up the gradebook and do all of that.
So you're not limited to doing all of the work at the computer that you
Correct.
sign up on.
Correct. In fact, to take it one step longer, and I know we're on the back edge here, is that the gradebook is a web-based program that if you go from any computer in the world and go to smartmusic.com/impact, or the name of the gradebook, you can open up the gradebook, you can listen to student assignments, you can create assignments, even if that computer doesn't have Smart Music on it, because the gradebook is web-based. But you have to have the subscription to set it up first. So, yes?
I don't know if this program, hopefully it is, one of the other graders in the county was saying there's like an attendance thing that uses for Smart Music and this charm. Whatever, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
There's another question. The intelligent accompaniment.
Yes.
It looked like you could set bar numbers for that.
You can set groups, beats, measures, phrases to listen for them.
So if there's a record at a certain measure, someone can set the record small.
In fact, by default, we set those things up in advance that when you get to a certain record or cello round, we have it go higher and then take it down. We have defaults that you can change.
You can cut parts. So let's say section.
Yeah.
On you can't play more like this many minutes for so long, so we can cut parts out. So I'm not taking any of these.
You got it. And just if you're interested, are we through right now? Okay, well, we'll wrap it up. But if you're interested and you'd like to fill out an information form at the end of this, when we're all done, we're very glad to take this. We will award one of you a teacher subscription. You have a little drawing. I don't know if you want this part of our webcast or not, we can hand those out. But I thank you all very much for coming and the honor of being here with Mr. Amos and this wonderful, wonderful band here. I was so impressed. Okay.